What is up guys, this is me, Cooloo002, and today I am going to be showing you how to make your own Minecraft server called Spigot, and I'm going to be showing you how to add plugins, and we are going to be adding the essentials plugins. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be talking to you through the tutorial obviously to show you how it's done. Okay, so before you do anything, you can come onto your desktop. I'm going to be using Windows 7, but this also works with Mac and Linux, but it's totally different. And I'm not sure how to run it like that, but I'm just going to show those who are using Windows how to do it. So first of all, you load up your computer obviously, and you're on your desktop. You need to make a new folder, like that. And you can obviously call this whatever you want, but I'm just going to call it Minecraft server. Okay, so once you made this, you can open it up. This is going to be your main Minecraft server folder where you're going to have all your files. It's pretty simple and this video shouldn't take long. Okay, so first of all you need to come to this website. The link is going to be in the description and it should say this. You have two choices to download. I recommend using Spigot because Spigot, in my opinion, is less laggy than CraftBucket, but it's exactly the same thing. But for any reason, if you'd rather have CraftBucket, you can just install that instead. So to install this, you just click on it, and then it should come up with this underneath. I'm using Internet Explorer, so if you're using like Chrome or Firefox, it will come up different. But no matter what, it should come up with a download. It will give you an option to click open or save. Click save, then just wait for it to load. This shouldn't take long. I'll fast forward the video until it's done. Okay, so once it's ready and it says download has complete, you click open folder and there should be a spigot_server in your downloads. So you right click that, click copy, and then just minimize that. Open up your Minecraft server, right click and then click paste, and then you should have Spigot server in your file. Okay, so after you've done this, it gets pretty simple. This part's actually, I guess, the most complicated part, but it's still pretty simple. So for those Windows 7 users, you just click on the start button and then you type in CMD or command prompt, whatever you'd rather type in, and then you just click on it, and then it should come up like this. You need to type in ipconfig. You need to type that in correctly, and then once you've done that, you just click enter. So what you'll need to do now is it should say default gateway, and then there should be some numbers here. So you need to type in those numbers into your internet. So you just obviously make a new tab and then just type in mine is that number. So I'll type that into the internet. Okay, so once you've done that, you need to type in a password. Normally it's admin, it is for me, but for some other users it's different. So I will leave a link in the description on the different passwords for different makes of routers. So my password is admin, and then you just click sign in. Okay, so once you get to this, different routers are obviously different layout, but I'm using Virgin Media, and somewhere it should say advanced settings, or it should say port forwarding. It will say port forwarding anyway, and it should be under security. So once you've got to port forwarding, you just click on that, and then it should come up with this page or something similar to this. This is where you need the command prompt again. So where it says your IPv4 address, there should be a number next to it. So you can call this rule MC space server. I'm going to call it MC server, but you can call it whatever you want. This is where it's hard. Where it says start port and end port, they both have to be 25565. they both have to be 25565, unless you have one port number that you have to enter, and that will still be 25565. Your protocol can be, it has to be UCP and UDP, and your IP address will show on your CMD where it says IPv4 address, and there should be a number next to it. It will say 192.168.0 and then you add the end number. So that's that. And once you've done this, you obviously just click add rule, and then you just apply the settings. So yes. Okay, so this is the hardest part done. So okay, so you go to this website. The link again will be in the description. I will post everything in the description, so don't you worry. There'll be Windows, Linux, and Mac. Obviously, because I'm using Windows, I'll be using this. So if you're using CraftBucket, it will already be done for you. But since I'm using Spigot, all I have to do is copy this, Control C, and then paste it in. Right, you need to make a new text document, and then you just click on that, paste it into there. If you're using CraftBucket, you just leave that code as it is. If you're using Spigot, you obviously need to delete this where it says CraftBucket, and since it says spigot underscore server, you change this to spigot underscore server, and then you just click file, save as, delete the old one, and then this is the important part where you need to rename it as run.bat. It has to be under that name or else it will not work. You can change it to runit.bat or anything like that, but the .bat is essential and it has to be there. Once you've done this, you just click save, and then you just click the cross, and then there should be a thing which says run. So all you have to do is double click on this, and then it should load up. It will say loading libraries, and it will come up with a few errors at the start, and you will have to do something, but it's just a waiting game. You just have to wait. Okay, so it should come up with this. So you press any key to continue, and then there should be a file called EULA. So you double click on this, it should say false. You change the false to true, and then click file, save, or Control S, obviously. And then you just click the cross, and then restart your server. This is where you have to wait, and it will produce all of the other files into your documents. So you just wait. Okay, so this shouldn't take a minute, it's just loading these spawn. So, as you can see, obviously, there's plugins, logs, world never, world end, all of these files. So yeah, and you just have to wait for this to load. So while it's doing it, obviously, I'll show you how to do the plugins. So actually, we'll just wait for that to load and then we'll quit it. It should go up to 2 levels, and then that should be it. I know, guys, it takes long, but it shouldn't take too long. Okay, guys, nearly done. It's halfway through. Actually, yeah, done. Okay, so once it says done, remember, do not click the red cross. Instead, type in stop into chat. Just type in stop, and then just press enter, and the world should stop. And then it will say press any key to continue, so you just press key and then it will go. Then once you've done this, once you've done this, obviously you just click new tab, and then you can just go on to so you just go on to Google. The link will be in the description. Sorry, I haven't got it up yet. So Essentials plugins. So there's the Essentials plugin here. This link will be in the description to download. So obviously you just click download. If there are any permissions, you just copy it into your permissions file, but I do believe there are no permissions for this, so you just download, and then there should be a .zip or a .jar. You just click save. It will just take a minute, and then you just click open. I'm using WinRAR, but it will work with anything. And then obviously you just get all of this, Control-C or copy, and then you just paste it into your plugins file. It has to be in your plugins file. Then you just Control-V, paste it in. Now we don't need this anymore. And then you just restart your server, so just restart it. This will just go through all the files and read all the files, and then it should be done. Okay, so it will come up with a lot of code, obviously, and then you type in stop, enter. Just wait for it to load. Okay, so done. Just press any key, and then to find out if it's fully installed properly, there should be an Essentials file with all of this inside it, and there's obviously a config if you want to edit. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this video, as I said earlier, please remember to smack that like button, leave a comment and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video.